Today we're going to talk all about troubleshooting your live stream. So if you've experienced some freezing or some lagging where your movements don't match the song, or some sound issues, we're going to talk about those today and how you can help the situation. A lot of the times we can't really fix the situation, but we can help it. So we're going to talk about that today, so stick around. For those of you who don't know me, hi, my name is Jessica. I'm the creator and host here at The Stage, which is a group dedicated to helping you, Zumba instructors, grow your skills and nail your live streams. This month is all about live streams. Now, if you are new to The Stage, drop a hi, say hi down below, and congratulations, because you're now a crew member. You're part of the crew. So welcome, new crew members. Now, if you want to be upgraded to cast member, remember, all you have to do is post your picture and tell us why you fell in love with Zumba or with your format, whether it's Zumba, Strong by Zumba, Aqua Zumba, Yoga, Pilates, Bodyworks. Why did you fall in love with your format? And you'll be upgraded to cast member and included in Meet the Cast in the unit section. Okay, so troubleshooting. Keep in mind that we're all using the internet. The whole world is using the internet, and it's very subjective because a lot of these troubleshoots depend on the internet. And there's different carriers, there's different devices, there's different, spots where there's good internet and bad internet. There's bandwidth. There's just so many moving aspects of this that, like the freezing and the lagging, some of these things may not go away completely. It's just the nature of the beast. But we work with what we can, and we are grateful that we can still connect through this medium, and we try to make it as glitch-free as we can. But it's kind of like making mistakes when you dance, right? Even if you've been dancing for 10 years and you've been an instructor for 10 years, you still might miss a step. And it's just normal. It's just how it is. We continue. The show must go on, right? We move on. Okay, so freezing. Who's had freezing happen? Right, you're dancing and then it freezes. And sometimes the instructor doesn't know this is happening until after the class. And they're like, oh, you froze. So the way that can help this is to tell your participants before the class, or have a little written something, send them an email or a text or something about possible things that they can do to troubleshoot. But what they can do is log out of the meeting, log out of the class, and then log back in. And all they have to do is just leave the meeting, and then click the link again like they did at the beginning. And sometimes just going out and back in fixes the problem. Sometimes it doesn't. But it's something that they can do, and they can try to alleviate the problem. Another thing is sound issues. And a lot of instructors are like, well, I did the share screen and it's not working. Make sure it's the share screen. And a way to verify that is that you need to see the green rectangle at the top of your screen that says Jessica is sharing her sound. And if you see it, then that means they see it as well. So make sure that you see that letrero, I forgot the name in English, announcement? Make sure you see that announcement in your screen. So if you don't see that, then you know that you haven't, maybe you selected it, or you thought you selected it, but you didn't click share. So just go over the process all over again. Another thing about sound that I hear instructors have issues with is that when they do share that, their sound, like if I'm sharing it from my computer and I'm hearing the music here, dun, 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 and then I share my audio with you guys, my audio all of a sudden went down a couple of notches. Right? My audio is now lowered, and instructors freak out and they're like, well, now I can't hear it. Is this how they hear it? Is this what's happening to them? It's not. Okay, I'm not a Zoom guru. I don't know how, I'm not a techie person. I don't know what magic happens behind this, but I know that when you share audio, your computer loses power in order to give them power. It's the way I see it anyway. So you're sacrificing your sound for them. Just how giving are you? You're sacrificing your sound for them. There's two ways to go about this. Number one is to just fake it. So you're here like, and you're giving out all your energy, even though the music is like this, but you're giving out all the energy, but the music is like this. Kind of like when you do an audition, who's had auditions before and it's only like 1 or 2 people auditioning you? Have you had that situation? It's terrifying because you're like with all this energy pretending to teach to a room full of people. You're like, I'm teaching to 500 people and you're clear, but it's really just 2. And energy wise, it kind of sucks your energy and you have to like over deliver because you have to go above and beyond, like not see those 2 and like really imagine, 100 people in that room. Well, this is kind of like that. Okay, where you can just fake the fact that you're hearing the music super duper loud and you're feeling it, but it's really, really low. And that's really acting skills and performance skills. That's up to you. So that's the easiest thing to do because you don't have to connect anything or do anything, but it's kind of a bummer because you have to fake it. It's just like an audition. You're faking your full class in order to demonstrate to your employer, your potential employer, that you can. Okay, so that's option 1. Option 2, if you're like, no, I can't do this, like I need sound in order to feel the music, then you can connect a speaker. Now, if you connect a speaker, first of all, no Bluetooth. You cannot connect a Bluetooth speaker to your laptop and to your Zoom. It's going to mess with the settings and it's not going to allow the speaker. Okay, so whatever the question is, well, my speaker, if it's Bluetooth, don't even go there. I'm sorry, but it doesn't work with Bluetooth. Okay. Now, so getting that out of the way, if it's a speaker, then you'll have to connect the speaker with cables physically to your laptop. Okay, so make sure you have the right cables. I have a speaker, it's Bluetooth. I don't have the cables. I'm not going that route. Okay, but if you're going to connect the speakers, it has to physically connect with a cable to your computer or your laptop. That being said, your speakers have no effect on your participants. None. It doesn't matter if you have like a Walmart speaker or like a Bose speaker. It has no effect on your participants because your participants, because you're sharing your audio with your participants. You're sacrificing your volume and your audio in order to give them the best experience. So even by connecting speakers to your laptop, that's not going to enhance their experience. Their experience is as enhanced as it can be. Okay, there's no other way to add that to it. Share audio is the best thing you can do, and there's no way to enhance that even further. So connecting your speakers has no effect on your participants, regardless of the quality of your speakers. However, the speakers are for your enjoyment. So because you're sacrificing quality, if you do have speakers and you do have cables and you can't connect them, then you can jam out to your class authentically, right? You're not faking it anymore. It's like instead of doing an audition with 2 people, the 2 possible your employers, it's like you bring all your friends and you're like, I'm gonna have an audition. Can you guys like be warm bodies for my audition? And you bring 100 of your friends to your audition, and it's really just for those 2. But now there's the energy. You don't have to fake the energy, right? Because there's actual human beings there. That's what the speaker is. Now, do the human beings affect your audition? Maybe. I mean, they're not looking at the students, right? But the energy that the students are giving the instructor, because of that energy, that actual interaction, it's going to make the instructor have a better performance, right? So it affects the audition that way. Same thing with the speakers. The speakers have no effect on your participants, but it will allow you to deliver a better performance because you're genuinely feeling the music. Now, I have speakers. They're Bluetooth. I don't have the cables. So if you've ever been to one of my classes, I'm completely faking it. I'm completely faking the loud music. And I'll see if I can video myself because I find it hilarious that I'm just like, but the music is like this, really, really small. So it's almost comical. But on the other side of the screen, they're hearing the music full blast. So my movements, my performance matches that. Or at least I hope. At least that's what I'm going for. But anyway, that's how you can fix the lag. Oh, sorry, the sound issues. Lagging. That's another thing. Lagging is when your movements don't relate with the music. They're not in sync, right? They're a couple of beats behind. Again, there's no way to completely fix this, but there's ways to make it better and to alleviate it. Number 1, is to connect your Ethernet cable directly to your computer. Okay, so connect that directly to the computer, and that way you have like it's like you're on the highway now. You're on the highway, and instead of like doing all these routes into the internet, you're just like, ooh, freeway, yay! Okay, so connect that. Another thing is make sure that your household, no one is using internet. Okay, you're like kids, husband, and phones. Everyone is off the internet, so it's just you using the highway. Okay, so Ethernet cable connected. No one else is using the internet. Another thing that you can do is tell your participants to choose video off. So as they're coming in, that's fine, say hi, and as you're clicking the buttons right before you mute them, tell them to choose video off in their settings. So go down below here where it says there's the microphone, which you will unmute for them. I don't think you as a host can stop their video. Stop their video. If you can't, let me know down below. like I said, I'm not a Zoom guru. I'm not a techie person. I'm all learning this as I go and sharing what I learn. But let them know that they can just click here so that the screen will go black and it'll just say their name. And that's the equivalent of having just, instead of everyone having a big car in the freeway, they have a 4x4. No, let's say that everyone's driving like this huge trailer. And they're like, oh, I want video, and they're going with the trailer, and they click video off because they're occupying a lot of space. And as soon as they click their video off, well, now they're reduced to a Prius. Right, they're in a Prius. So it's less space, so that means everyone can go faster. Okay? Was that helpful? Does that analogy even make sense? Let me know if that analogy worked. Anyway, tell them to turn off their video. I know some instructors make this a rule, just like the mute all. They're like, okay, we're about to start, everyone video off, right? Because as instructors, they rather not see faces and body dancing, but rather give their participants the best experience when it comes to the streamline and the internet and avoiding the lagging thing. Will it fix the problem? Probably not, but it'll make it better, okay? Another thing that you can do is right now you are driving a big old trailer as well. So we need to change your car. Right now, most people are in HD because I think that's what it defaults to. So we need to unswitch you to not HD. Now, the way that you can do that is go again to the bottom, and then to the left, you're going to see the microphone. And next to that, you're going to see the little video icon. And then next to that, there's a white upward arrow. Click it. And to the bottom, it's going to say video settings. Click on that. Yay. And now, if you have this where it says my video, enable HD, if you have that checked, check it off. Check it off. We need to change you to a Prius too, okay? Everyone on a Prius on the highway. So check it off so that you're not in HD. Your participants don't really care about the quality of the image. They're more interested in your image matching the sound, right? Priorities. So make sure you uncheck this so that you're in a Prius as well. And then that's it. Okay. Now, a good way to double, triple, quadruple check all your work is to have a spy on the other side. So even though you're telling your participants, the whole thumbs up, blah, 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 you're really only paying attention to one person. And that's your spy on the other side. Your spy on the other side is going to be a good friend that you love, that you can trust, who will be sort of checking your work on the other side. And they'll be checking those three things for you, right? As you're clicking the buttons, they are going to pay attention to, is your video being spotlighted? And as people log in, all of that, are they being able to see you in the big screen and with the green marco, with the green, highlighted thing? They're going to make sure that they are muted and that they can't unmute themselves. And your spy on the other side should try to unmute themselves. Like they need to try it. So that if they can unmute themselves, they can, hey, Jessica, I was able to unmute myself. oh, right. And then I go back and make sure that I uncheck that thing, the little allow participants to unmute themselves. Oh, I forgot that, right. I muted them, but I forgot to uncheck that. So your spy on the other side is making sure your video is spotlighted. Your spy on the other side is making sure that they're muted and that they can't unmute themselves, which means they need to click the mute button several times to double check that that's actually not working, which is how it's supposed to work. It's not work. And they're also checking your audio. So even though you're asking the whole team and your whole class to do this, and that's really to create like a more team-like environment, you're paying attention to just your spy on the other side, right? And your spy on the other side is making sure that they're experiencing what you want to make sure that they are experiencing what your participants are. So as you do the sound check and you're doing the thumbs up, you're really just paying attention to your spy on the other side. And if you see them do the thumbs up, then you're good, then you're ready to go. Okay, now, if you're the spy on the other side for somebody else, here's the golden rule. No news is good news. Yes? I'll say it again. No news is good news. Make sure you have a different way of communicating with your spy on the other side. Everyone in your class not everyone, but they have access to the group chat. Do not communicate through the chat with your spy on the other side, because the chat might get a lot of traffic from your students and you might not see the message. And you really want to pay attention to what your spy on the other side is saying, because they're paying attention to the technical side of this, right? Everybody else there just wants to enjoy the class. They're the only one other than you, paying attention to the technical side of this and the behind the scenes of this. So have a different way of communication, maybe text or call. Right, and say if there's a problem, text me or call me. That's the only phone call or message that I'm going to answer. So have your phone handy, and if you see a text come in from your spy on the other side or a call come in from your spy on the other side, you take it. Okay, you pay attention to it, you open the text. If you have a call or a text message from anybody else, even if it's somebody in your class right now, you ignore it. Priorities, you need to take care of your class first. Now, that being said, because you have a hotline, right, to your spy on the other side, think of it as like the red phone that presidents have, like, ooh, the red phone. If you're the spy, you don't want to use that phone, that red line, unless it's an emergency. So things like, yeah, the spotlight is working, great sound, good job. Nope. Because then you're going to freak out your friend. The friend who's doing the live stream is going to like, oh my God, I'm getting so many messages from my spy on the other side. Everything is wrong. And it's going to freak them out. Okay, so no news is good news. You're only going to call your friend who's doing the live stream if there's a problem. You're like, your video is not spotlighted. Oh, I forgot to do this. Wait, guys, I just need to, and that's it, okay? So make sure that you use your communication wisely. You're not giving them, you're not there to encourage your friend. Just by the fact that you're helping them, that's great encouragement already. And it's a great gesture of friendship. So you don't need to give them more high fives or pat in the back. You're just there to make sure that everything runs smoothly. So if they don't receive a message from you, the spy on the other side, then they will be happy campers because they're like, okay, got everything right. Nothing's going wrong. Yes, let's do this. And they'll start their class. If you're the spy on the other side, you're not obligated to take the class. You can just watch the class, video off, remember? And so that way you're just kind of checking if everything is okay, the video's okay. Nobody, sometimes last week, a lot of the Zooms, well, not a lot, but some of the Zooms that I was in, Zoom kicked out people. It even kicked out the host. Don't know why that happens. If you do, share your knowledge. So if you have a spy on the other side, maybe you have no idea that Zoom has kicked you out and you're still dancing. I know I danced 15 minutes without music. Thank God I had for my spies on the other side, my friends. But maybe you don't know that you've been kicked out of Zoom because you're too in it. And then you see your phone ring from your spy on the other side and they're like, we can't see you. What? I'm not even logged in. What happened? Okay, so that's why it's important to have somebody on the other side. They don't have to dance. They just kind of have to watch and just okay, she's good, and continue. Yeah. Smash the like button. If there's any more troubleshooting, put it in the comments. If you know how to solve some of these troubleshootings, or you've had a way of solving it differently, share your knowledge, like share your experience. We're all learning about this, and this is this is learned knowledge, and we're all trying to just do the best that we can. So make sure that you share your experiences and your learning moments as well. Stay safe, stay happy, keep dancing. I'll see you on the next one.